There comes a time where you can no longer ride the fence, where you must stake a claim and say what you truly feel. Give your opinion on what is going on in the nation. And it seems like Poop Shitto himself, MoistCritikal, Penguin Zero, has finally had enough. He has had enough with all of the shenaniganery that is going on in the American government. He is no longer riding the fence on DJT. It is time for him to throw down the gauntlet. Now, in his video, the brainwashing situation is crazy. He starts off the video by referencing the massive short bet that resulted in a nearly $200 million return. Essentially, the bet was against the crypto market shortly before Donald Trump announced brand new tariffs on China. Man, you gotta be pretty lucky to place a massive short position against the entire market. And luckily, somehow, by the grace of God, Donald Trump announces tariffs just 24 hours later. You guys remember how much shit they used to give Nancy Pelosi for her insider trading on the stock market? Anyways, I'm getting ahead of myself here. The point is, it's really nice to see somebody like MoistCritikal, who, like I said, is typically a fence sitter, typically the type of guy that gives you the most milquetoast opinion, doesn't want to offend too many people, wants to keep the good thing that he has going. I like seeing him do this because it's an indication that this type of position is becoming more normalized. And he's both sidesing it pretty well here by also covering the Hasanabi shit, you know, him electrocuting his dog nearly to death, might I add. And maybe I'm tripping, but I feel like it's a bigger turn that's going on in the United States. Like, obviously you've got your diehard MAGA supporters that might never change, and I get that, you know, there's some amount of community in going down with the ship. You feel like you've invested all of this emotion and all of my boys are make America great again. We love Donald Trump. But I think the more you look around and the more you look at things like, you know, soybean farmers being fucking cooked right now, where China, the biggest buyer of American soybeans, is now purchasing soybeans from Brazil and Argentina, strengthening their relationships with those countries strictly because of the Donald Trump tariffs. If you're an American farmer that sells soybeans, you have one person to blame for this happening. Not to mention that all of the relief funds that would go to farmers in the event that something like this happened have been frozen and taken away. And how about this image that you have on screen? Right after Charlie Kirk dies, okay, gets his fucking shit exploded, Erica Kirk walks out like Kurt Angle at a fucking WWE Raw, okay? Confetti, pyrotechnics everywhere. Donald Trump gives a fucking teaser that he figured out the cure to autism. Like, dude, this was Charlie Kirk's funeral. And then they end it off with fucking Donald Trump hugging Erica Kirk for a goddamn photo op. Like, what is this shit? Like, we've literally got Donald Trump flexing that he dodged a fucking bullet. And Charlie couldn't believe it, actually.
Law enforcement fired sniper rifles at ICE agents and me, you know. But I made a turn at a good time. I made a turn at a good time.
Like, what the fuck?
Turned to the right. Charlie couldn't believe it, actually. He said, how the hell did you make that turn? I said, I don't know.
Like, why would you fucking say that? You know, about a month ago, I made a video calling out Sam Hyde and Tectone, okay? I called them the Charlie Kirk milkers. And I want to play you a clip from that video because I think it kind of proves the point that I was trying to make back then. It's like, we have 2 weeks to determine the future of this country.
And what happens in the next 2 weeks is going to determine the future of mankind.
What? Like, bro, has anything happened? Nothing ever happens. Nothing ever. No, but like, for real, I don't understand. What was he expecting? What were we supposed to do in the next 2 weeks to discover or change the course of mankind? Like, do you want to argue it was hyperbole? Okay, well, what was the point of being so hyperbolic right after somebody gets fucking shot in the neck? Okay, was it just to increase the temperature? Was it just to radicalize more people on your side? Don't get me wrong, you know, there's a couple of the Sam Hyde new pill videos that I kind of like, but like, he goes on and he has this, you know, pretty looking podcast with the anamorphic lenses. You know, I like it. It's cool. But then he says some dumb shit like this, and you got to ask yourself, like, where did you come up with this? Like what retard wrote this? Was this you? You thought this up? This is your idea? You fucking idiot. I don't know. Maybe Sam Hyde isn't writing everything. Maybe he's got some 15-year-old named Marky writing things. Like, in the comment section of this video, right, we got rest in peace Charlie Kirk, 11 likes, okay? Motherfuckers do not care. But then right-wingers 1,000% support opening more psych wards. Let me just move my little thing. Bro, They support opening more psych wards. What funding are they applying to make this a reality? What funding are they offering for mental health professionals to help these sorts of people that are going out and killing people that are fucking, you know, blonde little Ukrainians, okay? Sam Hyde said 2 weeks, guys. How many times you gotta fall for it before you stop falling for it? Like, ask yourself, what are like the top 5, you know, right-leaning political pundits at the moment? Like what? Number 1's probably Asmongold in terms of just raw viewers and reach. Is it Mr. 2 Weeks, Sam Hyde? Is it Ben Shapiro saying that they would gladly waive the Born in USA requirement so that Bibi Netanyahu could run for presidency? Maybe it's CEO of Tectone. Look, if you're a conservative, you need to lock in, okay? Donald Trump is robbing you blind, okay? And it's not just him. It's Stephen Miller, it's JD Vance, it's the entire cabinet of freaks. They want to give tax cuts to the mega rich. They want to make it more difficult for you to get already poor healthcare, okay? They're taking away healthcare subsidies in the United States. I didn't even know the United States had any healthcare subsidies. The fact that they're taking away the very little that you have is insane. So just to loop all the way back around, in a time where it is best to appeal to the algorithm, look at what your fans want and just give them the slop. Our boy, MoistCritikal, is finally taking a stance. He's doing something that I just did not expect from him. And I think it's very nice. It is, you know what? I'll say it's brave. And I hope that he takes it a step further. I hope that he goes after people like Asmongold. I hope that he makes a video about Sam Hyde. I hope that he makes a video about Tectone. I hope that he goes after the people that are pushing the bullshit the hardest. Frankly, out of that list of 3, I just hope he goes after Asmongold. I think that that's a content creator that he should be targeting. But anywho, ladies and gents, that's it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and bye.